The Food and Wine Festival, Festival of Holidays, Galaxy's Edge. Do you know when you should go to Disneyland in 2019? We do, and we're going to share it with you today on DFB Guide. Let's win Disneyland. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. We're going to talk about Disneyland today. As you know, Disneyland is quite a bit different from Disney World when it comes to planning when to go. There's a lot more locals that head to Disneyland. Why not when it's so easy to pop in just for dinner or a few quick rides? And you don't have to worry as much about crazy weather impacting your vacation, despite what's been going on the past couple of weeks where it's been raining every single day. But usually the weather is pretty much perfect every day in Southern California, at least compared to the Florida humidity and pop-up thunderstorms. So we've got a few tips today on how to avoid crowds at Disneyland, along with some events you might want to check out in 2019, as well as a little discussion about Galaxy's Edge, a little thing we call Galaxy's Edge that's going to open in Disneyland first before it opens in Disney World, which means the crush of humanity at Disneyland is going to be maybe even worse than it is at Disney World. So let's go. Okay, general tips for Disneyland. Go on the weekdays. Lots of locals means more guests on weekends. So if you can get to the parks on a weekday when most people are working or in school, that's going to be your best bet for lower crowds, fewer lines, etc. And speaking of school, try to avoid going around school holidays. President's Day weekend, spring break. Those are times that people are going to be there in droves because that's when even people who don't live locally come down to go to Disneyland. Another thing to keep in mind is pass holder blockout dates. You'll find the park slightly less crowded through the summer, but once those blockout dates are done, you'll find the crowds come back. Now, a seriously high percentage of Disneyland's regular traffic is annual pass holders. So when they are blocked out, you're actually going to find a less crowded park. And just like Disney World, Christmas and New Year's Eve will be crowded, but there's a lot of special events that make that time of year totally worth it. So let's jump into some events here. There are lots of great festivals and events that happen throughout the year at Disneyland because, again, since you have so many locals, you have so many annual pass holders coming in, Disneyland works really hard to make special opportunities, special reasons to have them come back and check things out. So the Lunar New Year celebration runs this year from February 25th to February 17th over at Disney California Adventure, and you'll find that most of these sort of events and festivals do happen at Disney California Adventure. So you can ring in the Year of the Pig in 2019 with special activities, beautiful decorations, specialty characters, plus some great eats at the Lunar New Year marketplaces. 4 specialty booths feature Asian cuisine, so get ready to snack on mandarin orange green tea, tarts, bao buns, egg rolls, and more for just about one more day over at the Lunar New Year celebration in DCA. All right, next up, though, the Food and Wine Festival happens from March 1st to April 23rd. This is the DCA Food and Wine Festival. We are so glad it's back. They got rid of it while they were building out Cars Land, and then it finally came back. We were so excited. So if you can't wait for Epcot's Food and Wine in the fall, head out to Disney California Adventure in March and April. The event features special events with celebrity chefs, seminars and demonstrations, musical entertainment, and of course food. Now, it's not as big as Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, but it's getting bigger every year, and there's a lot to anticipate and experience at the DCA Food and Wine Festival. So you're going to find 16 different booths highlighting California-inspired cuisine and beverages. We think it's 16. It always changes, and they haven't released the menus yet, but we're pretty sure it's going to be close to that. And some of our favorite items from years past are that Meyer lemon macaron, the chicken teriyaki slider, the goat cheese tartine. We hope to see those come back, and of course we'll keep you updated as soon as those menus get released. Okay, the D23 Expo happens August 23rd to August 25th. This is another super crowded time in the parks, and it is when the parks are full of super uber Disney fans. D23 is the official fan club, all things Disney, and the Expo happens biannually, so it happens every other year and gives participants a first look at all the things coming to Disney in the future, as well as panels and celebrity showcases. It's basically the Disney Comic-Con. So tickets and memberships, as well as more info, are available through the D23 website. Okay, fall to mid-September through early November. This is a great time of year to visit Disneyland, especially if you love all things spooky. So Disneyland and DCA get all decked out for Halloween with decorations, special events, and entertainment. And a few rides even get into the spirit. In DCA, Cars Land is so much fun at Halloween. They just really do a great Halloween overlay at Cars Land. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree gets a spooky kind of mummy overlay. And after 5 p.m. every day, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout becomes Monsters After Dark, which is a continuation of the Mission Breakout storyline that gets a bit scarier and has a heavy metal soundtrack. So in Disneyland, the Haunted Mansion gets its Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, which is so much fun, and Space Mountain becomes Ghost Galaxy, which is actually a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be. Like, that's pretty scary, Ghost Galaxy. Now, while Mickey's Halloween Party does exist, you can buy an extra hard ticket to Mickey's Halloween Party that happens in the evenings in Disneyland. There are specialty character meet and greets available in both parks, even if you don't go to Mickey's Halloween Party. So you can meet Jack and Sally and some of the villains as it gets closer to Halloween just by being in the parks. Now, we recommend heading to those earlier in the day because lines do get long, and if you want to be guaranteed a meeting with those special characters, get a ticket to Mickey's Halloween Party. So, all about Mickey's Halloween Party, the extra ticketed event runs from mid-September through Halloween, and you can enter the park 3 hours ahead of your party start time. Once the event begins, you'll have shorter waits at attractions, special entertainment, including the parade and fireworks that are only at this party, and trick-or-treating. With your party ticket, you get admission to both DCA and Disneyland, although the party only takes place at Disneyland, and there's so much to see and do in both parks it might be difficult to do both. So plan ahead for that. Now, you also get access to Disney's Max Pass service for the 3 hours you can be in the parks before the party starts, and Disney's Photo Pass for that night with unlimited downloads for 45 days after the party. That's included in your party ticket. Also during that time frame of the year, Dia de los Muertos, mid-September through November 2nd. For the past 2 years, Disney California Adventure has featured Plaza de la Familia at Paradise Gardens in tribute to Coco, and Day of the Dead with storytellers and musical performances as well as specialty food. And in Disneyland, you can find Day of the Dead decorations and specialty eats at Zocalo Park. Now, something special to note, also Disneyland has really been ramping up its seasonal snacks and seasonal eats, and you're gonna find a ton of these at Halloween time. So there's gonna be a lot of incredible additions to the menus, especially snacks. There's a few at the table service locations, but you're gonna find a lot at those counter service locations and those snack kiosks, a lot of Halloween kind of spooky treats that are must-gets. All right, let's talk about holiday time, November through January. Festival of the Holidays happens at Disney California Adventure, kicks off in early November, runs through Christmas. So this, of course, features specialty food booths like Food and Wine, specialty entertainment, and of course, you can meet Santa. So 2018 had 12 food booths with things like turkey and stuffing tamale, that was so good, Reuben potato tots, again, so good, and sticky toffee pudding. And more ride overlays happen too. You get Mater's Jingle Jamboree, Luigi's Joy to the Whirl, Haunted Mansion stays Nightmare Before Christmas throughout the Christmas season, so you've got an extended time to check that one out. You also have the parks decorated for Christmas with tons of twinkling lights and Christmas trees, along with a Christmas parade and special fireworks in Disneyland. So there's no special ticketed Christmas party event in California, which means you can enjoy all of the specialty holiday offerings without an extra ticket. So something that's going on all year long this year is the Get Your Ears On celebration, and this is a event that is commemorating Mickey's 90th birthday. So this means surprise treats and extras popping up all year long as part of this celebration. So the event is going on both coasts, but so far Disneyland has seriously been leading with some great snacks like cookie butter monkey bread over at Riverbell Terrace, the More Cheese Please smothered film strip fries at Award Wieners, and all those awesome specialty churros like caramel corn and maple bacon. So you've also got the return of Mickey's Sensational Parade and the new Mickey's Mix Magic, which is so much fun for some celebratory entertainment. Now, here's what you've been waiting for, Galaxy's Edge. This one is happening in the summer, so we actually think it'll be around the end of June. Maybe June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We don't have a specific date, but we're thinking end of June. So if you want to be one of the first people to experience Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, that means a trip to Disneyland right around that end of June time. Now, this is obviously a huge deal. I feel like we're talking about Galaxy's Edge almost every other day, and it's a great time to go to Disneyland if you want to be one of the first first in this brand new Star Wars land. But maybe not the best time if you're trying to avoid crowds. It is going to be seriously insane in Disneyland in June, in the end of June and July and August and September, and probably for the rest of the year. Galaxy's Edge is hotly anticipated. It's going to bring 2 brand new, seriously huge rides, new restaurants, and entirely new sort of virtual interaction to the park, and it is going to be epic. So if you're looking to avoid those crowds, we recommend heading to Southern California sometime before Memorial Day, just to be safe. The rest of the year will likely have higher crowds than normal, and the summer months are going to be insane. So if you want to hit Galaxy's Edge, if you want to be the first person in that park, head over there in June. If you want to avoid that craziness altogether, head there before June for sure. So those are our tips for when to head to Disneyland in 2019. Again, because of Galaxy's Edge, things are going to be a little bit different than they normally are this year. So it's really, really smart to plan ahead. And if you do want to hit Galaxy's Edge, if you want to be one of the first ones to see that new Star Wars land, it's time to make your hotel reservations right now. We've been watching the prices at the hotels, and they are starting to go up a little bit. So be sure to make your hotel reservations, get your flights, get your tickets, and get everything ready to go to head to Disneyland in June. So if you're a huge Disneyland fan, be sure to go check out the rest of our Disneyland playlist. We've got a lot of good coverage of Disneyland for you. And in the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for our notifications so we can let you know when we release another Disney video. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.